Have you ever wondered how badly spoken words can hurt, and how much destructive force can be hidden in sharp language? And again, have you ever thought about how silence can be a resource for living better and getting what we want? Thanks to the Zen story you are about to listen to, you will discover that the power of silence, according to Buddhist wisdom, allows us not only to live in peace, but also to get what we want. Because words can be light feathers that caress, or heavy stones that leave indelible marks. And in this dance between saying and keeping silent, we should ask ourselves whether silence can be the key to mitigating the destructive power of words. So stay until the end because, in addition to exploring the language of silence, in the last part of the video, we will see the 14 reasons why learning to be silent can give us a better life. But before continuing, if you haven't already done so, subscribe to the channel and activate notifications so you will stay updated on new publications. In an ancient Japanese monastery lived the elderly monk Yosai, famous for his extreme wisdom and for having made silence a reason for living. During a lesson, the monk began to talk to his disciples about the importance of silence, taking inspiration from the ancient words of Buddha. Like a secret garden that guards our existence, Yosei began, words are seeds that can give life to flowers of joy or sting like poisonous thorns. Remember that the tongue we use is like a sharp blade, capable of cutting deeply. Then, smiling at those who listened attentively, he explained that according to Buddhist philosophy, misused words can be dangerous weapons, even if they do not inflict physical wounds. Words, Yosei pointed out, have the power to hurt emotionally, to create invisible scars on the soul. It is crucial to understand their potential, to understand how they can build, but also destroy. When we speak words with kindness and wisdom at the right time, we can open doors to success. Conversely, if we speak rudely or at inappropriate times, we can wreak havoc on the fabric of our lives. Listen to this story, said Yosei. In a city vibrant with life, there was a famous showman known for his eloquence. Every square, every theater was his stage, and his speaking was like a spell that captured everyone's attention. The showman, however, was tormented by his inability to find his inner peace. So one day, when he heard about a hermit who lived in an isolated mountain, he decided to go and visit him to see if he could help him. Respectfully, the showman asked the sage to help him find inner peace by explaining his frustration. The wise man, elderly and sagacious, proposed an experiment to remain silent for 15 days. The showman accepted the sage's invitation, abstaining from the many words that had characterized his existence, and albeit with difficulty, he immersed himself in silence with determination. Over the next few days, abstaining from his usual flow of words, he began to sense a change. The inner frenzy that had obsessed him eased, and as time passed, he discovered a serenity he had never experienced before. At the end of the period of silence, the showman returned to the sage with a transformed look. With bright eyes, he recognized the peace he had found in the silence. The sage, looking into his eyes, said, "Silence has the power to calm the storm within you. By using fewer words, you have discovered an inner richness that no number of performances could ever match." The monk Yosei, having finished the story, highlighted the central message. Silence is a hidden treasure that can resolve inner restlessness. Words can be precious, but silence sometimes is the elixir that heals invisible wounds of the soul. While the disciples, fascinated by the story, commented among themselves on what they had just heard, Yosei said to them, "Friends, now I will tell you about the 14 reasons why silence is so precious." The first reason, Yosei underlined, is the ability of silence to promote effective listening. My experience has taught me that silence allows us not only to hear the words of others, but to grasp the implicit meaning behind expressions and gestures. Like the light wind that whispers among the leaves, silence allows us to perceive the most delicate nuances of human communications, and this avoids misunderstandings, making interactions healthier. The second reason why to embrace silence, according to the monk, concerns self-awareness. In a world full of noise and distractions, he added, carving out moments of silence to reflect on your life is crucial. Think of silence as a serene pool in which the mind can clearly contemplate its existence, as clear waters reflect the sky without distortion.
And what do you think about silence? And what relationship do you have with people who talk a lot? Write it in the comments and let's compare. Also, if you are enjoying the video, please like and share it. This way you will help us produce new content every day for your spiritual growth.
The third reason, according to Yosai, is linked to the practice of patience. Just as the gardener waits patiently for flowers to bloom, so silence teaches us to appreciate the calm that comes from patience, the monk stated. In moments of frustration, silence becomes fertile ground in which to cultivate patience, allowing challenges to bloom like flowers after a regenerating rain. Silence promotes reflection and deep understanding, Yosei continued. Like the concentric circle that is created on water when a stone falls, silence allows us to investigate our thoughts and emotions in depth. Through the practice of silent reflection, an inner space is created where the mind can explore without superficial distractions. This allows us to develop more ideas, find solutions, know what to say intelligently. The fifth reason why silence is a resource, Yosei emphasized, is linked to creativity and innovation. In silence, the mind is like an unexplored garden that reveals its deepest secrets. Similarly to nature, which, in its silence, hides creative processes that lead to the birth of new forms of life, the mind, immersed in silence, can generate innovative ideas and unexpected connections. The sixth reason, according to Yosai, is the better understanding of nonverbal communication. Just as the wind carries the scent of flowers, silence allows us to perceive the nonverbal messages of others, explained the monk. In practicing silence, we learn to decipher body language and facial expressions, thus enriching human interactions. The things we can understand about others when we remain silent are innumerable. The seventh reason that the master spoke of is related to mental discipline. Silence is a teacher who teaches the virtue of patience and control, the monk stated. Just as the wind adapts to the characteristics of the landscape without ever getting lost, but insinuating itself between the mountains and continuing its journey, those who practice silence develop the ability to respond thoughtfully to others and to the challenges of life. Yosei went on to talk about the eighth reason. In silence, we are immersed in the present moment, like a leaf floating on the river without resisting the current, the monk stated. This immersion allows us to live authentically, appreciating each experience without judgment or distraction. The ninth reason, according to Yosei, is the promotion of empathy through silence. Silence allows us to connect deeply with others, the monk said. Through silence, our ability to understand other people's emotions develops, nurturing stronger and more lasting bonds. Another reason to cultivate silence, said the monk, has to do with mental and emotional well-being. In silence, in fact, we find an interior calm that is like a safe refuge from the storm of life. Far from the constant noise and distractions to which we are subjected in today's society, silence offers an oasis of peace in which to rediscover oneself and find answers to the most complex questions. Yosei, smiling at his disciples, continued with the 11th reason he had included in his list. Silence makes us more aware of the words we speak, he said. The practice of silence refines the quality of communication, encouraging clearer and more effective dialogues. In practice, it allows us to think carefully about the words we decide to use. When we practice silence, Yosei continued, we create space for gratitude. Like a gardener grateful for the rain that embraces his field, silence allows us to appreciate the gifts of life. The practice of silence makes us aware of the blessings that surround us, cultivating an attitude of gratitude. Yosei also spoke about how silence promotes the creation and maintenance of healthy and deep relationships. In silence, we connect without the need for superfluous words, the monk stated. In this way, we create spaces of authentic connection and establish meaningful and lasting relationships based on mutual understanding and silent sharing. The most important thing about silence, Yosei added, is that it serves as a portal to inner wisdom. Like a secret door into the heart of the soul, silence invites us to explore our inner world without external interference. And in this quiet space, we can access profound insights, illuminating the path to understanding the mysteries of life and our spiritual path. The moral of this story lies in recognizing the value of silence in critical moments. Let us remember that silence, understood as a precious gift, offers us the possibility of truly listening and understanding the transformative power of reflection. Therefore, let us learn to weigh words wisely and to combine them with sweetness. In this balance, we will find a key to building more harmonious relationships and to cultivating the inner peace that comes from the language of silence.